Good evening, I'm Marcus Harun. Welcome to the relaunch of 24newsnow.com. Although we're debuting this website today, it is far from our first broadcast. Just a little background, 24 News has been around since September 2006. Since then, we've had over 300 shows. We reported on thousands of stories ranging from the Virginia Tech tragedy to the 2008 presidential election. We've covered the news in a simple, concise manner for years, then we took some time off to reorganize. Since then, we won many awards for our internet business, including first place in the state of Connecticut and first place at last year's International DECA Business Conference. With our new knowledge and business preparation, we are very confident that we are the right team to cover the news for those of you who are busy people and you don't have time to read a 50-page newspaper or watch 24 hours of cable news every single day. In fact, all you need is 2 minutes. 2 minutes a day, and we'll fill you in on everything you need to know that's going on in the world. You know it's important to keep up with the news, and it doesn't have to be hard. We know that. And that's what we're here to do at 24 News. If saving time is your thing, take a minute to sign up at 24newsnow.com. It's really simple. We'll send you 2 minutes of news a day, and that's it. But tonight, we bring you a special report. Occasionally, when the news becomes big enough, we'll have extended live shows with more in-depth coverage. But don't worry, we'll always have 2-minute wrap-up of our live broadcast online for you to see the highlights. We will get to the Iowa election coverage in just a moment. But first, as 24 News moves into a new phase and we move into a new year, we take a look back at the big stories we covered over the past 5 years. Looking at pictures of the New Haven Coliseum, it's the last few seconds that it will be standing. The countdown is just about starting, and let's hear the countdown to the implosion of the New Haven Coliseum. 24 News had an exclusive interview with Mayor John DeStefano about how he thought everything went.
Sure, it seems to have gone pretty safely. All the utilities seem to still be in place. Thankfully, the crews did a good job getting the building back.
A tranquil college campus in Virginia became a killing field Monday morning. At least 33 people are dead in this worst mass shooting in modern American history. Police at Virginia Tech said the shooting happened at a dormitory and then at a classroom on the opposite side of the university campus. Some students are questioning why administrators did not stop classes after the first shooting and why it took more than 2 hours to inform the university community via email about the shootings. We do have some breaking news. New Haven State's Attorney Michael Darrington said that he will seek the death penalty against 2 suspects in the Cheshire crime home invasion in which a prominent doctor's wife and 2 daughters were killed. Investigators said 2 men broke into the home of Dr. William Pennant Jr. early Monday morning and held the Pennant family hostage for hours before setting their home on fire and trying to flee. But that is definitely not saying that the worst is over yet. There's still many fires burning tonight, and the firefighters are working very hard, many hours straight, to make sure that all is safe. And they're trying to do this all as soon as possible. With information on that aspect, we're joined now, but in our newsroom across the U.S., by Nick McKenzie, starting off our team coverage. Nick?
Marcus, in continuing our team coverage of the California forest fires, the issue of where to evacuate all these people, which now totals over 500,000, now rests on Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger's shoulders. In a news conference Tuesday, he promised the citizens to aid top firefighters working around the clock to fight these flames. Many of the people evacuated were moved into the Calcom Stadium and are appreciative of the governor's efforts and oversight of the situation.
All of us across this nation are concerned for the families who have lost their homes and the many families who have been evacuated from their homes. We send our prayers and thoughts with those who've been affected, and we send the help of the federal government as well.
Firefighters expected no break from the winds fueling fires until at least midday Thursday. At least 17 wildfires scorched about 425 square miles from north of Los Angeles to southeast of San Diego since this weekend. 3 of those fires were added to the list Tuesday. 5 of San Diego's 23 emergency shelters reached capacity Monday evening.
5 people are now confirmed dead in the Minnesota bridge tragedy. Jeffrey Hune is at the Q Bridge in New Haven with information on this bridge tragedy.
Thanks, Marcus. 5 people are now confirmed dead in the Minnesota bridge which collapsed earlier last week. CNN is reporting that 4 bodies were recovered Wednesday and 1 was recovered Thursday. Hennepin County Sheriff's Captain Bill Chandler said at a Friday morning news briefing. The Minneapolis Fire Department recovered the 5th body from the bridge decking, he said. The recovery effort is expected to be more difficult on Friday, County Sheriff Rich Stanek said in the news conference, because the river is even more treacherous than it was Thursday.
We do know now that Pakistan's former Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto was assassinated Thursday in the wake of a suicide bombing that killed at least 22 of her supporters. Continuing with team coverage now, Nino Napolitano joined us with information on the United States response from President Bush.
Thanks, Marcus. President Bush, speaking briefly to reporters at his ranch in Crawford, Texas, demanded that those responsible for the killing be brought to justice. The United States strongly condemns this cowardly act by murderous extremists who are trying to undermine Pakistan's democracy.
Name everyone learned this year.
Senator Obama, Barack Obama claiming a prize.
President-elect Obama. He was Time's Person of the Year of 2008, but it was a lot of work for him to get there. We take a look now at the campaign reel of Politics 2008, starting with Iowa in January of 2008.
Thursday night was the first in-the-nation caucus to decide the next candidate that would be on the ballot for president later this year. Here are the headlines of Thursday night's caucus. Senator Obama won the Democratic caucuses on January 3rd. You can take a look at the projections right now. Right across the west and the east coast, Obama seems to be sweeping this area. 55 electoral votes right here. That will definitely put him very close. Let's take a look. 324 electoral votes. Do you know what that means? That means that Barack Obama is going to be the next president of the United States. As you can see, you need 270 to win. That's what we've been saying all night. Looks like 324 right now. 51% of the vote.
Hi there, everyone. A terrible breaking news story right now. A gunman dressed in black walked from behind a curtain at the front of a large lecture hall Thursday at Northern Illinois University and shot 22 people, 4 fatally, then killed himself, authorities said.
Just over an hour ago, it happened at just about 2 p.m. 2 gunmen infiltrated a seminary at the entrance of Jerusalem and opened fire after nightfall on Thursday, killing at least 7 people, police and rescue workers said. Israeli media and about 35 people were wounded. China commanded the world stage Friday, celebrating its first-time role as Olympic host, with a stunning display of fireworks topped off by a flying gymnast to light the flame and begin the Summer Games. China welcomed thousands of world leaders to an opening ceremony watched by 91,000 people at the eye-catching National Stadium and a potential audience of 4 billion worldwide.
Over this past year, when you've been winning, so many people have really got inspired by you, even people who didn't even watch sports. So how does it feel inspiring people to start watching short track who had never seen it before?
Oh, it feels good. I mean, not only to start watching short track, but hopefully to make a bigger step in their life to change anything they want to change or make a step towards accomplishing the goals they want to accomplish. That to me speaks volumes and makes me proud. Yeah.
I mean, we all have our favorite baseball teams, basketball teams, and we all get angry and mad, or upset when something doesn't go our way. But when you have, I think it just feels a little bit more pure with the Olympic experience. And for me, that's why I think I train so hard, and that's why I've been involved in the sport for so long, is because it's an honor. It really is. And I think some athletes realize it, some athletes don't realize it, but it's an amazing place to be. And if you ever have the chance to go over and experience Olympic Games, you have to go, because it truly is. I mean, it's life-changing. And to go and see and go experience all the different events and the people who are there. It's pretty crazy. You know, it's the one time I think in during like a world event where everybody comes together for one specific cause, and that's the cause of to compete and compete well. I mean, obviously we all want to win, but I think it's a little bit bigger than that. So it's very special. I'm very biased though. So.
It has been reported and confirmed by many sources, including NBC News, that Michael Jackson has died at UCLA Medical Center in Los Angeles, California. According to NBC News, a member of Jackson's family did indeed